Hey, Melissa. Sorry, I was really busy. I had to take my lunch break late today. I can finally eat. I'm starving.
You must have been much busier than usual then.
You have no idea. I'm exhausted already. But I was really looking forward to eating this lunch. Thanks for making it for me.
No problem. I'll be making you lunch every day from now on. I hope it can help you feel even a little bit better at work.
You know what? I still find it kind of hard to believe that we really got married.
What is this all of a sudden?
I don't know. I guess it's just these little domestic kind of exchanges that make it really sink in.
I kind of know what you mean. It really does feel like a conversation between a husband and a wife.
The wedding was only just recently, and I still have a lingering feeling as though I'm still at the ceremony.
It was a wonderful ceremony, wasn't it? Both of our parents were completely in tears.
I think my parents were really thankful and have high hopes for our future together. That's why they were crying so much.
What do you mean by that? I haven't really done anything for them to be grateful to me for.
I'm guessing it's mainly for that time the company I worked at went bankrupt and shut down. I lost my job and I've really lost my way in life at the moment, but it helped me find a job and set myself straight again. On top of that, I really enjoy the work I'm doing now. I'm really happy I was able to get this job.
It's not that big of a deal, though. The company that one of my relatives runs was short on staff, so I was able to recommend you for a position.
It's not just that either. You accepted me even though you know that I can't have kids. I think they were really scared that I wouldn't be able to get married or find anyone because of that. I mean, if you had told me that you didn't want to get married after I told you that, I couldn't even have blamed you. I would have understood completely. But is it really okay that you won't be able to have a child?
I already knew that before we got married, so let's stop talking about this. And if we don't have kids, then that's just more money for us to use to do things that we love. There's always a positive way to look at every situation. Look for the silver lining.
I guess, but I still can't shake some of the anxiety. You might be okay with it now, but what happens if later down the line you realize that you really did want kids after all?
In that case, we could always look to adopt or become foster parents. Although, people say you shouldn't use adoption centers just if you yourself want kids. It should be for the kids' sake. But maybe if we're okay financially, it might not be a bad way to have a family of our own.
So basically, there could be lots of options for us in the future.
The world we live in now is diverse, and almost anything is possible. Besides, it's not like the two of us decided to get married just to have a kid, is it?
Thank you. You have such a big heart. That makes me feel much better.
No need to exaggerate.
I really lost a bit of confidence and became anxious once I found out about my infertility. But if you're okay with being with me as I am, then I'm not going to look down on myself anymore. The issue can end here.
That's good to hear, but I didn't really do anything special. I just fell in love with you, and then we got married. That's it.
I'm really lucky to have been able to marry you. I can't wait for our future together.
Hey, do you want to come shopping with me tomorrow? It's your day off, right?
Sorry, I can't. I got called into work tomorrow. What about going next week?
I don't know if I can go next week. I think tomorrow is the only day that really works for me.
There's something in particular that you wanted to buy?
I wanted to look for a wedding gift for Allison. She's having a wedding party for all of us instead of a ceremony, remember? I wanted to make sure I got a gift and was ready to give it to her by that day.
Oh, that's right.
You'll be able to make it with me to the party though, right?
Of course I will. Some other people I know are going there too. But if it's for Allison, we better make sure to get her a nice gift.
You know how we all went to the same high school, right? Were you ever in the same class?
No, never. But we still saw each other in the halls and events and the like. I just know her face. I don't think we ever spoke while we were at school.
So you guys only started speaking after we started dating? That means since the reunion.
I guess so. In high school, I never thought that we would ever end up together. I mean, we also never spoke while we were at high school, right?
No, we didn't. Even at the high school reunion, I honestly had a hard time remembering your name and your face.
I guess I never made much of an impression then. To be fair, I didn't remember you very well either.
You remembered Allison better, didn't you? I mean, she has always been really pretty and stands out wherever she goes.
She's super intense in lots of different ways. You guys are old childhood friends, aren't you?
Yeah, we've known each other since kindergarten.
Well, that's a long time.
It really, really is. But I don't think we would have been friends if we hadn't known each other since then. Our personalities are totally different after all.
Yeah, she seems like she acts like a little princess.
You see, her father is the owner of a pretty big restaurant chain. When we first became friends, it was still a pretty small business, but it's gotten pretty big since then. Plus, her fiancé is also super rich.
What does he do?
But his father also apparently owns a bunch of properties and stocks too.
I guess money really does attract more money. I know she's your friend, but to be honest, I've never really been sure how I feel about Allison. Ever since high school.
Not sure in what way? As in her personality?
I mean, she's pretty selfish, right? I remember that whenever there was any trouble or fuss at school, she was sure to be the cause of it. I'd always think how spoiled she must have been growing up to act like that. Don't get me wrong though, it's not like I hate her or anything.
I definitely can't deny that she can be selfish sometimes. But she really is a good person deep down. She'll do anything when it comes to her friends. There is a real strong sense of loyalty that she feels for them.
Oh really? I wouldn't have expected that. What I'm really surprised is that she's not having a full wedding ceremony. I would have expected her to throw a crazy extravagant one. But then she decided just to have a small party instead.
Well, she did have a wedding ceremony, but it was for family only. It was in Hawaii.
Ah, I see. At a location wedding. I guess that's how rich people do things.
Her husband is from Hawaii, so most of his family is there. That's why they decided to just have a small party for friends on the mainland. Apparently, the party is still costing them a whole lot of money, though.
Really? Just for the party?
I think even just the rent for the hall is already super expensive. It's right by the sea, so it must have been pricey. It's kind of lucky for us, though, that they did a family one in Hawaii and then one for us here. We would have had a tough time being able to pay for a trip all the way out there just for a wedding.
You're right. Vacation weddings are really nice, but are quite difficult for the guests. I guess even rich people can be thoughtful of others sometimes.
Especially Allison. I'm looking forward to it, though. I wonder what kind of party it'll be.
Hey, Melissa, how could you?
Allison, what do you mean? What's going on?
Don't play dumb. When did you have a kid? Why didn't you tell me when you were pregnant? You told me that you don't even want kids in the first place. And then you go and have a kid without saying anything?
Allison, what? I really don't know what you're getting at.
I'm talking about your baby. I know that we've both been really busy and haven't even had time to see each other since you got married. But does that mean you just forgot about me? You should have told me. We could at least have celebrated the birth together.
Allison, I don't have a kid. Where did you even get this from?
Don't even try to lie to me. It won't work. Why did you keep it a secret? I'm seriously upset about this.
I'm not lying or trying to trick you here. I honestly don't have a kid. If you don't believe me, go ahead and call my parents and ask them. You have their number, right?
If you don't have a kid, then whose baby was it that I saw?
What baby are you talking about? I've got no idea what's going on here.
I just saw John a little while ago. He just stepped out of the hospital.
What? John was at the hospital?
Yeah, and he was holding a baby in his arms. I figured you guys had gone in for a checkup. It looked like he was just waiting for you outside.
I didn't go there today. I was nowhere near the hospital. I went out shopping on my own this morning and was doing that all day. I wasn't ever pregnant either. I mean, I can't get pregnant.
What do you mean you can't?
This is just between you and me, okay? But John is infertile. We can't have kids. That's why I told you that I don't want to have kids before. The real reason is that we can't.
Oh, really? I didn't even think that may have been the case.
Well, it's not like we wanted to go around telling everyone the real reason for it, you know? That's why we just tell everyone that we don't plan on having kids. It makes it much easier.
Then what was John doing there?
I don't know, but John said that he had work today. Are you sure you didn't make a mistake?
No, it was definitely him. There's no way I'd have made a mistake. I mean, I've met and spoken to him so many times at this point.
But I don't have a kid, and I wasn't ever pregnant. It couldn't be him. But if you're sure it was really him, then what on earth was he doing there?
Does John have any siblings? Maybe he was looking after one of their kids.
He does have an older brother, but I've never heard anything about his wife being pregnant. Besides, he told me that he got called into work today. Why would he lie about that?
I don't know, that's weird. Like, if he was just looking after a friend's or relative's kid, then there'd be no reason to lie to you about going to work.
Allison, did you talk to John?
No, I was actually in the car and just stopped at the lights outside when I saw him. So I didn't really have the chance to say anything to him.
But you said that it looked like he was waiting for somebody to come out, right? There wasn't anybody with him?
Yeah, he was outside by himself with the baby, but he seemed as though he was looking at the door of the hospital and waiting for someone to come. Plus, he had a woman's bag in his arms too, so he definitely came with somebody else, not alone.
I wonder who it could be.
Sorry to say this, Melissa, but do you think he could be having an affair? Then the baby might be a child he had with his lover?
That can't be it. In the first place, he can't have kids at all.
But wouldn't that make the most sense given the situation? Usually if men are going to lie like this, it's because they're cheating.
But him having a love child? I can't even imagine that to be true.
If it's the truth though, he really betrayed you. There's no way I could forgive him for that. I'm pulled over on the side of the road because I wanted to message you. But do you want me to go back to where he was? I can go and catch him red-handed.
Wait, don't do that. If he really is cheating, I want to have solid proof of it. Could you just go back and try to get a photo of him with whoever he was waiting for? And then based on that, I'll decide what to do.
Of course I can do that. Just leave it to me. I'm not letting him get away with anything if he cheated on you.
Hey, John, where did you go? You disappeared in the middle of Allison's party.
What the hell is going on? Why did she say go and say that out of nowhere?
You mean about you cheating on me?
That's just a misunderstanding.
It really took me by surprise. I never expected you to be cheating on me with someone so close to us. I mean, you, me, and Allison have all known Sophie since high school. She's even close enough to be invited to Allison's wedding party.
I'm telling you that I'm not having an affair. It's not like that.
You saw the photo that Allison showed everyone, though. It's a photo of the two of you together.
Where did you even get your hands on something like that?
Allison just happened to see the two of you somewhere and contacted me straight away.
How could you go about blurting the things out like that in front of so many people? Your parents are in that crowd, you know.
Allison and I have known each other for so long, she's basically part of the family. Of course my parents would be there to celebrate our marriage.
So you purposely just wanted to shame me in front of your parents?
Yeah, basically. But that was pretty low of you to run out of the party but leave Sophie here all alone. She started shaking so hard she had to be taken to a different room. My entire family were really about to give her a piece of their mind.
Anyone would want to run away in that kind of situation. Literally everyone at the party was staring at me.
But you running away is an admission of guilt. My dad is on the phone to your parents right now to tell them everything.
Wait a second, don't get my parents involved in this.
John, I'm going to be straight with you. Everything that's going to happen to you from now is what you deserve. You brought it on yourself. You're not just going to get away with hurting my best friend like that.
Is this Allison?
How about you come back to the party and you and Sophie can get on your knees and beg for forgiveness?
It's your fault things have gotten so messed up right now. Are you crazy doing something like this?
You're just reaping what you saw. Don't blame other people for the results of your action.
Don't you realize that it could be your fault that our marriage falls apart? Didn't you think about that before you pulled the stunt?
All I did was reveal the truth. If that's going to ruin your marriage,
Shut the hell up, you've ruined everything! I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
then so be it. And what exactly can you do?
I'm gonna make you regret this for the rest of your life. I'd watch my back at night if I were you. You're not gonna look so pretty once I'm done with you.
Oh no, I'm too scared. Are you trying to intimidate me? I'll file a criminal complaint against you then.
What? I haven't committed a crime.
You remember how my husband is a lawyer? Well, he's right next to me reading your messages. And he said that what you said just before qualifies as criminal intimidation.
Are you kidding me? This isn't something to get the police involved over.
That's for me to decide. I'm the victim in this situation after all.
Stop exaggerating. You don't need to go to the police.
Well, we can settle this privately out of court if you want. You'll still have to pay a settlement fee, though. I have the money to hire the best lawyers available. So you want to get into it with me? You better be prepared for complaint ruin.
This is Melissa again. You're a real idiot for trying to make Allison into an enemy like that. Once she gets worked up, she doesn't listen to anyone.
Melissa, please, calm her down for me. She's getting way too worked up over this.
Allison is fine, but I wouldn't rile her up anymore if I were you. She will do whatever she said and clean you out completely if she feels like it. The more aggressive you get with her, the worse it'll be for you in the end.
Just have her leave it alone. I'll tell you the truth, okay? It's true I was cheating on you with Sophie. But I also lied about not being able to have kids. Sophie and I have been seeing each other for the last 2 years or so.
So, that baby really is yours then? Why would you lie about that?
Because I only wanted to have a cute child.
What is that supposed to mean?
Sophie has a pretty face, so I wanted to have a child with her. Honestly, if I have a child with you, I don't think they would turn out very good looking. And so I decided to lie about not being able to have children. But on the other hand, you have a better job and make more money than Sophie, so I figured I would marry you.
So you just didn't want to have a kid with an ugly woman like me? Who do you think you are?
I didn't say you were ugly.
You better come back here right now. If not, I'll ask your parents to come instead. What was that you said about looking forward to our happy future together? You're the one who has made it the complete opposite. After that, John came back to the party because he was really against having his parents come and getting involved directly. When he walked into the room, everyone present burst into yells and jeering. It was like a storm. My father grabbed him by his shirt and hauled him off to another room away from everyone. There, John and Sophie groveled for forgiveness in front of him. A few days later, John had to pay Allison a sizable sum of money as a private settlement for what he said to her. Of course he was against it, but decided that it'd beat going to criminal court and being charged with threatening bodily harm. John later lost his job that he enjoyed so much that I referred him to. The owner of the company is a relative of mine after all, and decided to get rid of John after hearing what he had done. Although his life was falling apart because of his own actions, John decided to marry Sophie against his parents' wishes. Because of that, they refused to talk to him ever again and severed all ties with him. However, having lost his job, John wasn't doing so well financially, and Sophie couldn't stand their poor lifestyle and disappeared, leaving the baby behind. There was no way that John would be able to properly raise the child on his own under his current circumstances. In the end, his older brother and wife took in the baby and decided to look after the child as their own. John cut ties and contact with all of his friends and acquaintances and disappeared somewhere. Nobody has heard from him since. On the other hand, I'm enjoying my life on my own again. Deep down, I'm glad that this whole thing was revealed quite early and I didn't have to live with John for that long. Of course, Allison and I are still best friends, even now.